results in some fancy but traditional stitchery.
It's a good bet somebody's going to come through that door. Sure enough, he's the Wicked Stitcher, Jay Fishman, of the Wicked Stitch of the East on Larchmere Boulevard in Shaker Heights. And Jay thinks he has the perfect name for his embroidery shop.
It kind of says something from The Wizard of Oz that it's a timeless tradition, like The Wizard of Oz is.
The craft itself is a tradition in the Fishman family, a tradition predating the state-of-the-art computer-controlled machines by about a century.
My grandfather and my great-great-uncle, as well as great-uncle, were in the business. They started off turn of the century and had a business in Cleveland for 45 years, downtown Cleveland.
Jay, in fact, first learned the trade using a foot pedal machine once worked by his grandfather, and it's still a valuable piece of equipment.
It's really the only way to make school emblems and school letters. It makes this fancy caterpillar stitch, as they call it on here. This is made with a wool yarn. It's the only thing for letterman sweaters.
But the computer has taken over most of the design work and the fancy stitching. A human, of course, has to match the colors and know how to keep the computers busy. And what about the demand for such fancy work? Well, Jay says,
you can't go into a department store, buy a sweater, shirt, anything without embroidery on it these days.
And of course, I want to be in style, so check that out for some wicked stitchery. Del Donahue with the Wicked Stitcher of the East, Jay Fishman, on Larchmere in Shaker Heights. How do I look?
Terrific.
I better. You did the work. Huh?
Glad we got that story in before we say goodnight. It was a stitch in time.
That's our report this evening. Thanks for joining us.
NBC